What up?
And g'day viewers, I'm Michael.
And I'm Janet, and welcome to this week's episode about cultivating a great character.
In this session, we explore how our character represents our ethical, moral and social beliefs and attitudes.
Our character becomes evident in certain situations where we apply our core beliefs to the circumstances or challenges we are facing.
So what about when your character needs a rebuild? After a mistake or a fall from grace, the road to redemption is character building.
We'll share some stories and insights how people can make a comeback and become stronger, wiser characters for it.
So if you're ready to start cultivating great character, then listen up.
What-a.
And g'day listeners, I'm Michael.
And I'm Janet, and welcome to this week's episode about cultivating a great character.
In this session, we're going to explore how our character represents our ethical, moral and social beliefs and attitudes.
Our character becomes evident in certain situations where we apply our core beliefs to the circumstances or the challenges we are facing.
And what about when your character needs a rebuild? After a mistake or a fall from grace? The road to redemption is character building. And we'll share some stories and insights how people can make a comeback and become stronger, wiser characters for it.
Character strengths, including love, kindness, gratitude, acceptance or non-judgment, courage, curiosity for constant learning and knowledge, hope and joy, all contribute to greater life satisfaction. So how do we hone these strengths? Firstly, by keeping them top of mind when we choose our responses to people, situations and circumstances. We mentioned in an earlier session that when faced with difficult people or situations, ask yourself this question: what would love do now?
Great question, isn't it?
When you take the time to ask this question and listen with your heart and your mind, you'll be guided to make both enlightened and empowered choices. Now, there are times we feel so upset and angry that when we ask what would love do now, our first response would be tell them to go and get. But this is normal and natural. However, we need to learn to not think with our mouths and begin to ask the what would love do now question. And if you're feeling overly prickly and reactionary, step away and take the time to reflect honestly on a proactive, beneficial to all parties response. Remembering we are human, this won't happen every time. Sometimes we'll just lose our shit, and that's okay. Just make sure you acknowledge when you do stuff up, make amends to those in our path, and just as importantly, to ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good advice. And when we actively practice this question, our outcomes are increasingly leading towards a happier, healthier, and less stress-fueled life. And really, who doesn't want that? The great Abraham Lincoln stated once that nearly all men can stand adversity, but if you want to test a person's character, give them power. And how often we see this in the workplace or the political landscape. And it reminds me of the saying, power tends to corrupt, but absolute power corrupts absolutely. And true character does shine. And when you see a person step into a leadership role and they are given power, if they wield disempowering, thoughtless and bullying tactics, it can decimate a workplace. There's the old saying that the fish rots from the head, and it's true. Unfortunately, people with bad character traits can claw their way to positions of power and authority. And sometimes it's because they worm their way into upper management's ears using tactics like white-anting, blindsiding, and spruiking their incredible prowess over all others. We call it grimmer worm-tonguing for those people that have seen The Lord of the Rings.
Indeed.
And why do they succeed? Well, I actually don't know. But maybe they are lessons to the rest of us on how to not behave. And leading the way in traits of bad character works as it lit up a roadmap for the rest of us to steer clear of. So anyway, there's only a few of these devils in life. They just seem to get around a lot, don't they?
A lot. Cultivating a good character is akin to tending a garden. It requires dedication, patience and commitment to nurturing the seeds of our ethical, moral and our social beliefs and attitudes. Our character serves as a canvas upon which our actions paint the portrait of who we are to the world. It is in the crucible of life's challenges that the true essence of our character is revealed, where our core beliefs are tested and applied to the circumstances that we face.
So think about a situation where honesty is challenged. A person of good character will uphold the value of truthfulness even when it may be easier to lie. And the adherence to moral principles, even in the face of adversity, showcases the strength of character. However, what happens when our character falters? When we make mistakes or we experience a fall from grace?
Which we will.
Yeah, we all do.
Every day.
It's human. Well, the road to redemption presents itself as an opportunity for character rebuilding. Just as a garden can be revived after a harsh winter, or as we often see in the Australian landscape after a harsh bushfire, the trees over time begin to sprout new green life, and so too can our character be revitalised through introspection, growth and transformation.
Recently, I read an article about a successful entrepreneur whose unethical business practices led to a public scandal. Initially consumed by shame and regret, he recognised the need for a profound change in character. Through humility and a sincere commitment to self-improvement, he embarked on a journey of redemption. By acknowledging past mistakes and actively seeking to rectify them, he not only rebuilt his reputation, but also emerged as a beacon of integrity within his industry.
Mm-hmm. And similarly, I also recall another person's journey towards character rebuilding, which began after a personal betrayal, left her feeling lost and disillusioned. So rather than succumb to bitterness, she embraced the opportunity for growth. She sought solace in her values, fostered empathy and compassion for others who had faced similar hardships. And through acts of kindness and forgiveness, she had not only healed her own wounds, but also inspired those around her to strive for greater understanding and empathy. And in both cases, the road to redemption was paved with challenges and setbacks. Yet, through perseverance and steadfast commitment to some ethical principles, these two were able to transform their adversity into an opportunity for character building. Cultivating a good character really requires ongoing effort and dedication.
For us all.
Yep.
For us all.
We've all got to think about it and just keep on the job.
It is. We're continual work in progress. We talk about this a lot. I love the story behind the song Amazing Grace. It was written by John Newton, an English slave trader. When his ship was caught in a terrible storm and a fierce shipwreck, miraculously, he and many of the poor slaves on board survived. He penned the lyrics and wrote the tune to this beautiful song. His redemption saw him turn from his wicked ways, and he fought hard to abolish the horrific slavery laws. I encourage you to take a few moments and listen to Norwegian singer Cecilia's version of this song. It serves as a hauntingly beautiful meditation, with whale song leading the introduction. So it really evokes that feeling of being on the sea.
It's really cool.
When you listen to this with your eyes closed, it's powerful. And it's a hopeful experience, particularly when your character may be struggling.
Two of the best quotes that I've actually read are, 1, our character is what we do when we think that no one is looking. And it's a bit like culture in an organisation. You know, your character and your culture are really inextricably intertwined. So it's about what we do when we think no one's actually looking at us. And the other one was, the true test of character is not how much we know how to do, but how we behave when we don't know what to do. Our character is a reflection of our deepest beliefs and values, and it's through our actions that we demonstrate the strength of our convictions.
So when faced with adversity or a need for rebuilding, it is essential to embrace the opportunity for both growth and transformation. In doing so, we not only strengthen our character, but we also inspire others to strive for their own journey towards personal excellence. Until next time, love and blessings.
See ya.